Finally, one of the 3 games I'm going to be covering full time is coming out next week on May the 24th. Now, it does say closed beta test, but this is really early access. None of this is going to wipe. To be able to participate in this early access, you have to pre-register by the 21st. So make sure you go to the link down below or just find their website, pre-register so that you'll be able to play this. It's available almost everywhere. We're going to go over all those details in just a minute. The reason why you're seeing this video from me now is because they've announced that they're doing something so crazy for a hero collector with gear farming that I'm excited about this. You guys let me know your thoughts down below, but they're adding seasons into a game like this. It's never been heard of. We've never seen a game where you collect your heroes, you've got the gacha system, you go out there and you farm gear with variable main stats, variable substats, and then it all wipes. It all wipes for a season. After 12 to 14 weeks, they say this stuff wipes, and then you start over with all new content, new bosses, new maps, new everything, which we're going to read over in just a minute. So it's really cool. This is the game that I've done videos on already, that they did a collaboration with Dungeons and Dragons. I believe they have it for a couple years. They're already bringing Dritz into the game along with a whole bunch of other D&D heroes. So it's available in a lot of regions. So that's why I said go ahead and go over there and pre-register. United Kingdom, United States, Ukraine, Thailand, Philippines, Japan, Germany, France, Canada, Australia. I mean, that's pretty much almost everywhere in the world. And like I said, if you're not in these areas, just go ahead and pre-register. I would, just to see if you got a chance of playing this, because none of this information is going to wipe. They're telling us here that it's not going to wipe, that when closed beta starts, you'll be able to do top-up features, which means purchase things in the game. Your data, including your purchases, all of it's going to be saved and carry over into the global release, according to the season reset rules. Season rule sets high value resources purchased or acquired by players. So it's not just purchased things, it's acquired by players as well. So if you're out there and you're doing the gacha system and you roll a sweet legendary, you will keep that legendary from season to season. That actual hero, including heroes, artifacts, skill scrolls, will not be reset. Now, don't be fooled by these artifacts. Artifacts, each hero has 1 artifact slot, and artifacts are very different than your 6 pieces of traditional gear that you're used to farming for. The one with the main stat that can be different and the substats that are very different, and you roll on those to level those up. Those are not artifacts. Those gear that you actually farm will be wiped. Now, they did say that farming gear within here, they said farming gear is going to be a little bit easier, maybe the percentages are going to be much higher. I'm just guessing here, so that you're able to get gear easier, because they don't want you going in and farming a stage the traditional way of farming it 2,000 or 20,000 times, looking for that one piece of amazing gear that rolls for you perfectly. They're not too concerned with that, because you're going to be doing it again for the next season. Hopefully we'll be able to find where I read that in just a minute. So I'm excited about this because it's different. What will reset is stamina acquired in the current season and resources transmuted from stamina, such as hero upgrade material, improvement material, and equipment, which is your 6 pieces of slot, will be reset, totaled up, and then you're going to get a boatload of goodies according to the totaled up results. I don't know what that is. So some kind of goodies. We'll probably have exclusive stuff. I think they talk about it up here. I don't know yet. They haven't given us a lot of details. We've asked a lot of questions because this is so different than what we normally experience. And I'm sure they're going to give us more, but hey, we're going to be playing the game on the 24th. That's what, like 7 or so days away. So once we're in there playing it, I think we'll have a better idea what's going to happen when it resets and what kind of like the drop rates are, what we're experiencing in the game. We'll do daily videos, so we'll be covering it all. What are seasons? Much like when you're running around adventuring, we want you to keep your experience in the campaign fresh and varied, including ever-changing plots and environments. So seasons are episodic experience, each offering something complete and fresh. A season will have new narrative content, new maps, new stories, new bosses, all new heroes, and new population. Now remember, when it says all new heroes, we'll have new heroes or maybe new enemies to fight as well, but we'll still keep all of our heroes. It sounds like they're going to go back down to level 1, but it's really easy to level up your heroes. But you're going to keep all those heroes that you do the gacha system for. The artifacts, which are very strong, you can only slot 1 of those in each of your heroes. So you'll keep those as well. And then there were the skill books, right? Skill books, which we do keep, so we don't have to go back and farm up our skills for our heroes, which is really good. New collaborations. They're talking about the D&D crossover with Dritz, Elminster, all the other, they've actually named a few other ones. I can't remember, some demon. He was like a Balrog that they mentioned that they have coming into the game. Combat companions. This sounds actually pretty cool, and I'm not really sure how this is going to work. Players from other planes can join your adventure of the new season and aid you in your crusade against the ancient boss or compete for glory in arena. Now, there is a big boss. There's a big dragon that I fought when I was playing the beta before. I'm sure there are other bosses out there. This is ancient boss. So it'll be really fun if other players can come in and do that with us. And then arena, I'm not sure. Compete for us in arena as well. I don't know if that means we can just borrow one of their heroes. We don't have details on it yet, but again, that's something that we'll actually be able to try out right when we get into the game. This one I'm not sure about as well. It says re-roll, but it doesn't mean actually re-rolling in the game for a really cool legendary. It just means re-rolling that if you're a strong man and all your points are in strength, you can become a wizard scholar with significant intelligence. I don't remember having like me as a main hero in the game. You know how some games have it to where you have like the leader of all your heroes and you can give them stats and then you have special abilities while you're in there playing. That might be the case in here. And if you made it some way, then of course you can reset it and make it a different way. I don't know yet. I did play the beta quite a lot, actually. Great times, but I don't remember leveling up something like this. If you did and you do remember, please let me know. Elemental affinity rotation. Affinities among elements change between seasons. So ice and poison have an affinity right now in season 0. Season 1, ice might have an affinity with necrosis. If you have team members and they're all of, say, ice and poison on your team, you get an advantage. You get additional attack, you get additional HP for having those. I don't know if they've changed that to make it stronger or different, but currently that's the way it works. Resetting game resources. The reset is to ensure gameplay does not become stale. Once a season is closed, they're going to total up all these things and give us a boatload of goodies. We still don't know what those goodies are, but they say including limited and exclusive rewards. Here's the equipment part. While equipment will be reset, there will be new dungeons to undertake and strategies to employ for each new season, ensuring acquiring these materials and equipment won't be as troublesome as in other similar games. I'm sure you're all fed up with farming instances over and over and over, only to end up with worthless equipment drops. If you're curious, more details, rule sets will be found in game once we start playing the game. Question 3, why do seasons? This seems like a really risky decision. And they said it certainly is risky, but then they talk about all the reasons why they want to do this as opposed to other games. And they kind of already touched on it with things getting stale and you're running dungeons and dungeons over and over, fighting the same bosses that never change. And they want to make sure that the seasons really change it up so that you're really coming up with new ideas for your teams, trying out new team comps, fighting new bosses with new mechanics and leaderboards, right? I'm sure in something like this, I can imagine that you would have a leaderboard for everything. You kind of have to. I think that when you reset a season, that I need to see leaderboards for all the guild stuff we do, for all the dungeons that we do. We need to see where we're at along with where the top people are at and maybe be able to view their accounts to see what they're using. I think that's the best way to keep the competitiveness, and I just love leaderboards and all the games out there. Leaderboards drive competition, and even if it's not competition, it still drives interest in wanting to see who's up there at the top all the time and what they're using to get there. Resetting stat values lowers leveling costs and lets players try a wide range of teams. Plus, a player who needs time away from the game can come back after a break, and it isn't the end of the world. They can start at the new season and start fresh with everyone else. Now, they won't have the same amount of heroes if I've been summoning all the time while they're away, and they're not going to have the same advanced artifacts because we still get to keep our artifacts, even though that's just one artifact per hero, and our scrolls, our leveling scrolls for our stuff. But yeah, they'll be able to come back at reset and effectively kind of be on a level playing field because all of our normal 6-slot gear is going to be gone. All that stuff we leveled up and tried to hit amazing substats for and amazing main stats, all that stuff is going to be gone. And you know how much I love farming gear. Question 4, closed beta test 2 is the pilot season. This is season 0. Essentially a preview of what season 1 is going to be. Nothing will be deleted. You can make purchases and enjoy a taste of season 1 content in advance. So make sure you guys join me. Join me on the 24th because I'm going to be doing daily content on this. We're going to be covering this game always. So I really hope this pans out. I hope these seasons really are something that just blow us away because In a game like this, I've never heard of this before. I've never even thought of having seasons. I can't imagine playing Summoner's War, Epic 7, Raid Shadow Legends, Dislight, all the games that I've played where I farm gear, having seasons and resetting without them drastically changing the game up. Like just changing it up to where, okay, I'm ready to jump in here now. I'm ready for a season reset and to go hard, or at least play normal, right? I'm not even talking about go hard. I'm just talking about enjoying the game. I'm ready to go and enjoy the game. I'm ready to see what the new world's like, because it's going to be a whole new, like in this game, you run around everywhere and the graphics are next level. Dark fantasy, gacha game with gear farming. That's what I love. It's next level here. And then their D&D collab is going to make it even better. I guess you guys let me know. We're going to be covering it always, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Appreciate your time. I will see you all in a video soon.